Hi, my name is Patty Bourdonnais, and this is my friend Shelley, my client, who just finished up 16 weeks and 30 pounds in my program. And this is just going to be a 20-minute, 25-minute quick video, and she's going to tell her story. It's powerful, it is moving, it is hilarious. And so this is my friend Shelley. Tell us who you are and how old you are and what your life is like, your family, and then just give us your story. What's the before simple steps story?
Okay. So I'm Shelley. I am 45. I am a full-time construction project manager, so I boss men around for a living. And I've been with Simple Steps for 16 amazing weeks. I say amazing because I don't count the first two because that was the anti-inflammatory part. And yeah, but 16 glorious weeks. So I joined Simple Steps. I needed a change. Um, Back in December, we're still doing some Zoom calls because of COVID. And I really wanted to impress these people. They were big wigs at work, and it was like the camera comes on and you see your face, and then it's like, oh my gosh, you get choked up and you just kind of want to cry because all I saw were all the negative, all the imperfections, the double chin, the crow's feet, the lines on the forehead. It was just, I think at that point I was just kind of deflated emotionally and just physically. I came home, I was like, you know what? I can't do this anymore, honey. I'm gonna go to the doctors, have them check levels, make sure nothing's wrong because, we've done so many things and I can't just seem to lose weight. Get to the doctor's office and said, hey, this is all going on. I'm crying. She offers me some tissues. Yes, it was a female doctor. I said, just can't do this anymore. What can I do? And she just kind of looked at me and was like, welcome to the other side of menopause, baby. And I just kind of looked at her like, are you kidding me? She was like, you're not chubby enough. So if you gain 10 more pounds, I could prescribe you something, that you could take. Um, you know, One of the side effects is losing weight. So I did that and became pre-diabetic. Um, and then the medication that they gave me didn't work. So now I'm stuck with an extra 10 pounds and just again, nothing is working. It's just it was not fun. Not fun.
So just to clarify, because I hear this story a lot, you were basically told, okay, this is how it is. This is what menopause does to your body. You kind of
Yes,
just need to get used to feeling disgusting in your own skin and being exhausted and not sleeping and this
correct.
weight gain and the belly weight. Just get over it. This is the new normal
This
and
is
go gain weight so we can give you a pill to fix it.
correct.
So tell me a little bit, we talked earlier, tell me a little bit about that moment that you, after that appointment, where you sat in your car and just said, okay, what?
I just kind of cried. It was probably the most defeating thing. I was waiting for them to say, let's do some lab work, let's check your thyroid, let's do all this. And instead it was just a huge letdown. Um, I was just, I walked in feeling defeated. And I hope that by the time that I left, I would have this renewed sense of, okay, there's a plan. We're going to fix this. It's going to be great. And I'm going to lose all this weight. I'm going to be awesome. And no, it was just, 187 isn't enough. You got to gain more weight. You got to gain 10 more pounds. And I'm like, 10 more pounds? So yeah, it was a cry fest. I get home, my husband's like, oh my gosh, what happened? And I'm like, nothing happened. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. Just get fat, okay? So that's where it was. It was just a cry fest 24/7.
But then you, at some point, reached out.
I did.
Tell me about that.
I had no idea where to start. I thought I had tried everything. And so there is a women's group on Facebook, and it was about, weight loss. And I'm like, all right, guys, I'm just going to put it out there. This is what happened. Somebody, please give me somebody who can help me. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. And you were tagged twice in that group. So I was like, all right, let me reach out. And here we are today. I'm so glad I did it. So glad I did it.
So that phone call, someone, I think it was one of my CrossFit athletes that said, "Hey, there's this girl," and I that asked about hormonal imbalance and needing to lose weight. So I just kind of gave her your name. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Before you know it, we're talking on the phone,
Yes.
and I will never forget, Shelley. We had a great conversation. You told me your history, your clinical stuff, your, a little bit of emotional stuff, the side where you were. But at
Yes.
the end of this conversation, uh, professional business Shelley showed up and she said this. "I want you to know that I read contracts for a living, so I'm going to be reading this contract." And I was like, oh. And then you said, "And I just got to be honest with you, Miss Patty. It sounds a little too good to be true what you're saying." And I remember laughing. I just went, and then I was like, "Yes, let's do it because I want to
Yes.
show you." So tell me about that. What do you remember that moment?
I do. I totally do. I was like, mm-hmm. Okay, what's the gimmick? What do I need to buy? What pills are you selling? What food do I need to buy? Am I going to be sick for 2 weeks? Hey, buddy. Am I going, it's just, because again, you've seen the videos where this woman is like, you know, very overweight. And then she jumps up after taking this magic pill, and all of a sudden she has abs. Well, I know that's not true. I have a shadow of an ab after 6 weeks, but it's a start. um, but it was kind of like very skeptical because it's like you see all of these different things, and this works for this person, and this works for this person, and it just, you know, lose 30 pounds by summer. And I'm thinking, all right, let me read her contract. Let me look her up. Is she legit? Is this legit? Because it's an investment. It's an investment in yourself. And after you spend all this money on all these other things, it's kind of like I sat down with my husband and I'm like, okay, here's her contract. I read it. I've looked her up. I've talked to some other people. This is what I'm thinking. And my husband, who has just lived with me in this defeated sense for quite a while, looks at me and goes, honey, if this is what you want to do, we spend more money at Costco in 3 months. We'll be okay. It's like, I love you.
Or would you say that like pairing the defeat and hopelessness with the history of dieting and things working for a little bit, but failing because they weren't sustainable, like keto and whatever else you had tried? Had you tried other diets and stuff? If I
I
remember,
think, yes.
yeah.
Um, and they failed. Maybe they didn't all fail at first. With keto, I lost all this weight. Now, granted, that was 8 years ago. But I mean, I was really doing good, but it just wasn't sustainable. There were no carbs. There was no ice cream. There's no Jolly Donuts. It was just, I never felt satisfied. It was like there was always something missing. It's like this woman is telling me that I can have ice cream. I can have pizza. I can have spaghetti, which I did last week. And, I can do all this stuff and I can still lose weight. Even when we did our macros, and you're like, 40% macros or 40% carbs, 30%. And I'm like, no, 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 no. That's a lot of carbs. Are you sure you want that many carbs? And it was like, this woman is just crazy. And oh my gosh, I was eating my carbs and losing weight.
So let's talk about that. So you sign up, you're a little skeptical, but now you're hopeful because the investment is made. You looked me up, the contract was legit. So
Mm-hmm.
now the skepticism kind of turned into renewed hope. Like
Yes.
it's hard to hope when you failed over and over and you feel
Yes.
like there's no hope. You've been told there's no hope by the
Yes.
doctors. But
Yes.
it was there. And I was looking through your numbers.
Okay.
The first week, which is an anti-inflammatory week, that's it's a huge food list, but you go from eating, usually everyone's eating junky, crappy stuff that they don't even know is necessarily junky and crappy. And you're
Right.
eating super clean.
Yes.
For oh my gosh, it's telling me I'm running out of time. So you're but in the first week, anti-inflammatory, do you remember that you lost 6.4 pounds
Yes.
in week one?
Yes.
And then fast forward to week 13, you had lost 13 pounds.
Yes.
Oh, no, that's
I
not
was
it.
gonna
13 weeks, you'd lost 25 pounds.
yes. Yes.
And then, and I think it was that week that you had your A1C tested again. Tell us
Yeah.
about that.
Okay. So I know I gave you the numbers. I was pre-diabetic when I came into this. When I went and had my numbers tested again, and I think it was at week 13, it went from like what, 5 point something to like
Five,
2.8 or
5.2 to 2.1.
yes. So it was kind of like, wow, you mean that really? And you're like, yay. And I'm like, oh, I forgot you're a nurse. How good is that? That's good, right? And
That's
you're like,
good.
dude, that's super good. And I'm like, okay, I'm not diabetic anymore. My hips don't hurt. We're good. I mean, it was just a complete change.
And at what point in there, with your hips not hurting, did you join a stinking kickball league?
I did. I did. It was like, okay, here we go. Everybody at work's doing it. It's an adult kickball league. You know what? My hips hurt, but I'm feeling okay. Feel a little bit better. Feel a little bit into myself. I'm gonna try it. Well, a couple of weeks in, it was just amazing. Not only was it a great exercise, it was a lot of camaraderie, a lot of fun, something I would not have done before doing simple steps. Um, it just gave me like this renewed sense of self-confidence to
Yeah.
where I could kind of do anything. If I can lose this, I can do this. So it's just great confidence.
Um, so let's bleed over, let's move over into so clearly the physical side is working. 13
Yes.
weeks, you lost 25 pounds. It just gets better from there.
Yes.
You go from the anti-inflammatory food list for a
Yes.
week over into counting macros. You're eating really what you want within
Yes.
moderation within the macros that we've set. It
Yes.
includes all the things, alcohol if
Everything.
you want it, carbs, please. Um,
Yes.
and you're still losing weight. But now let's talk about the routine and the mindset stuff, because that is part of my program that people are kind of like, why? Well, I don't even know. Why would you do that? You tell them why and what it's done for you, the mindset and routine stuff.
So the mindset in it, the routine in it is just, it's kind of nuts. It's all about learning how to eat to satisfy yourself.
Mm-hmm.
How to, what foods give you energy, what foods give you comfort, water. Oh my gosh, the water. I never thought I was going to be able to drink that much water in my life, and now I crave it. The difference in the skin, the memory, everything is just, it shows you how to nourish yourself, how to nourish your body, how to nourish your mind, how to nourish your heart. The other things that you do, I know that I'm rambling, but I really have to get in that gratitude, the morning routines, the thankfulness, the gratitude, what you want to accomplish that day. It allows you to sit back and just be thankful for how far you've come instead of thinking, oh my gosh, I've still got 15 pounds to lose. It's like, I'm so thankful that I've already lost 15 pounds. So the mindset in it is really what keeps you going forward and feeling good about that.
We have about 4 minutes left here. So tell me, so fast forward, you're at week
Yes.
16. You set the record. My last record was 23 pounds with a client. You've lost 30 in 16 weeks. Were you ever starving, deprived?
No.
Did you feel like I can't wait till this is over so I can have XYZ?
No, and I'm super sad. I totally have the tools to move forward by myself. I know that I can do this, but I don't want to. Meaning I'm sad. I don't want it to be over because I've really enjoyed you. I've enjoyed all of our talks. They've been emotional, they've been heartfelt, they've been honest. I haven't been that honest with somebody in a very long time. And in return, I feel empowered. I feel like I am, I have an ownership over my body. I have an ownership over my mind. I am in control of how I feel. I am in control of what I eat. And I am in control. There's not anything that I'm not in control of. Every decision that I make is intentional. It is intentional for me and is intentional to me.
Mhm.
So just celebrating every small victory is something yeah, that's just pretty flippin' amazing.
Well, coaching you has been an honor. You have worked so stinking hard,
Thank you.
and it hasn't been easy. No transition in life, going from crazy hopeless dieting over into skeptical, maybe I'll hope, to, oh my gosh, this is my new life and I have the tools to move forward. Even though
Mm,
that's a positive transition, that's still pretty intense.
it is.
It's So tell me, in the last little bit here, 2 minutes, um, a girl said to me 2 days ago, I never want to try again because I might fail and gain all the weight back.
Okay.
Talk to the girls who feel super hopeless, like their case is special.
Okay. Every case is special, but let me promise you, I failed last week. I failed yesterday.
Yeah.
If you're not failing, you're not learning.
Mhm.
Um, you don't want to ever stop learning. When you stop failing, you stop learning, you stop growing as an individual, as a person, as a wife, as a mom. Your failures that you have now lead to your biggest successes ever. Um, and now I look at it, and I hope somebody else will too, that I celebrate every failure as an opportunity to learn. And you've got to start somewhere. And
Mm.
the only thing you should say to yourself is, let's start here, let's start now. So
Love it. I love it. It has just been such a joy. This is my passion, to get
you're,
women from hopelessness and give them a program that is not a diet and let them graduate into real
yes,
life, knowing how to eat and be free of that constant bondage of, I feel disgusting, but I don't know how to fix it. So
right.
thank you for letting me coach you, and thank you for trusting me, and thank you for working so hard. And I get so much joy from just having you in my life. So, Shelley girl, congratulations
Thank you so
from
much, Patty.
everybody that's going to watch this video. I mean,
Thank you.
we are Team Shelley.
Thank you. I'm so Team Patty. Anybody out there
So,
that wants to be Team Patty, just message me and I'll tell you how awesome she is.
oh,
So,
girl, I love you. So we'll
right.
end it here,
Okay.
and we'll chat soon. And if anybody has any questions for me, you can DM me, or you can DM Shelley if you're her friend, and we'll tell you how to stop dieting and get control of your body and your mind and your spirit. So we'll talk soon. Have a good night.